We're worried about Apple. You know what?
Yeah. We're worried about Apple.
We're worried about Apple. Yeah. And I think that's why all the Mag 7 is not one company. These are all very, very different. They do not have a good AI strategy, at least not that's been articulated. I mean, the recent developers forum was not impressive. They have the user interface. I mean, we're all carrying these devices and you access AI. I mean, I do a lot through my phone, so I've got all the apps of all the different bots, right? And so I can trial them and see which one is most useful. But their own internal, I don't know what they're going to do. They're behind. They're not investing in building their own model, their own LLM. So, and I think that's starting to show in the stocks. And we're concerned about whether we've seen peak Apple. What's the next big innovation? They've not nailed.
Aren't we always?
We are, but yeah, I think there was, and they would surprise us, right? Whatever, the watch comes out. But I think the phone cycle's certainly elongating. And it's about what are you going to do here? And I think part of what concerns us is they typically haven't acquired their way to a solution. I'm wondering if you need to let go of that playbook a bit and maybe you buy a Perplexity or somebody else to really catch up on what you're providing to the market. And Perplexity is an interesting model in and of itself because it kind of will use any of the bots and as well as internet search and do other things. And so I think, Apple is one. And we said, you need to make a move here and you need to get over yourself in terms of stubbornness and not doing a lot of M&A because we don't see it in the innovation pipeline.
And I don't see, I know they've announced something with ChatGPT and this Apple Intelligence. I just don't see it on my phone. I don't, and I've said this so many times, I wait for Siri to get a brain. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready to put Siri to work. And still nothing. It's so rudimentary.
Yeah, and she's improving. I mean, this way, use her in the car and other places, and even when when you speak your text, she's getting much better at it. So she's definitely getting better. But I bought a new iPad, and they sold me on getting the one that was Apple Intelligence capable. I've not used it and just got a shorter battery life. And so there's something that needs to happen here.
And on top of that, it's not a cheap stock. It's not like it's Google where you can at least argue there's some valuation. I mean, it's trading at 27 times earnings. That's way above the market.
Yeah, it's way above the market. And I think, the repurchase rate on Apple devices remains extremely high. And so I think you can make the fundamentals work. They still guess a ton of cash. They're the biggest buyer of their stock. So the stock is always kind of supported. So I don't think you panic in this one, but I think you're bang on. At 27 times, we expect a little bit of growth. You're still kind of counting on, you're going to surprise us at some point, right? When is that going to be? But I think, people's patience are there. And is this all, the remnants of what Steve Jobs had actually the seeds that he planted, like Tim Cook, what have you actually done to drive the innovation engine?